guys, I'm Ember. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. So for today's pick a card, we are doing what is coming towards you. We have 3 piles. This is pile 1 with a journey with number 8. This is pile 2 with the best of you with number 3. And pile 3 is perfect moments with 28. So take your time, go to whatever pile you feel intuitively called to. The links to the piles will be in my description box, and I will give you guys a few seconds and then we'll get started. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we are doing what is coming towards you. Your cards are the journey, the best case scenario, tell it like it is, closed doors are blessings. If something you were hoping for doesn't happen, know that something even better will. Build bridges, not walls. Everything you want is waiting for you on the other side of the walls you built. Let your guard down and let life in. Gibbous moon, you're close to achieving your goal. Final phase before completion. Some tweaking needs to be done. Pay extra attention, details, and focus. We have Cancer, home, family, moody, introverted, emotional, lunar, defensive, nurturing, intuitive, insecure, birth, and receptive. And we have Mars, anger, competition, fighter, leader, force, ambition, impatience, conquest, war, courage, sex drive, and willpower. That was a lot of words. So when I was tapping into your energy, I felt like there's something you're close to achieving. It could be a dream, it could be a career, it could be a relationship, but there's something that you're close to achieving. And I don't know, there's something about a closed door here, and I don't know if it's like this door that you've been trying to get in, whatever it's that you've been trying to achieve and it's finally opening, or maybe there's just frustration with how much it's taken to get here. There's something about being frustrated about how much it's taking to get to where you want to go. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But the overall message of what's coming towards you is you're close to achieving a very important goal that you have, and you're close to achieving something about something ideal you have, some dream you have, something that you want. Sorry, my cat is nuts in the background, so it's just gonna be there. There was also something about, I don't know if you have been wanting love or not wanting love. There's something here about having a wall up around other people when it comes to love. And I don't know if you've gotten out of a difficult situation or you're just wanting to be alone, but I can feel there's something about having a wall up with other people and protecting yourself. And if you have a wall up and you're protecting yourself, that is actually a part of you that's coming out to keep you safe. And so, like for me, right, I have a hard time putting myself out there and letting myself be seen, not just on the videos, but like in person. I'm good at socializing, but I have a very strong resistance to it. And it's because I've had a lot of trauma dealing with crowds and people, and also parents, that didn't champion me. And so there's something about in here about having a wall up that's protecting you. And maybe that's okay right now, right? And when you need the wall, when the wall is meant to come down, it will come down. And so it's like, don't beat yourself up if you have a wall and if you're feeling a lot of resistance towards socializing or towards a relationship or towards love. I mean, usually that's an indicator of like somewhere we need to heal. Like, so if you've been feeling like you have a wall up with love, then it's like a good indicator of like, I'm not ready to date right now. And also, what do I need to do to heal so that I can get back out there eventually? And so a lot of maybe also what's coming towards you is this healing energy, because I feel a frustration and I feel a wall. And, again, it's meant to be there if it's there. And it's almost like sometimes I feel like we can think of like forcing the wall down, and that's not what is going to be helpful, and it's not going to what's going to bring the wall down. So it's not like pushing yourself super hard if you're feeling resistance towards something, and it's getting really clear on why you feel resistance towards it and like what's going on underneath that, and like what healing do I need to do to help myself feel more comfortable so that I can move forward and I can have the wall down and love and like be open and feel vulnerable and be feeling safe to feel vulnerable. If you have a wall up, it means that you don't feel safe in being vulnerable. Now, why is that, right? And that is kind of what I'm feeling with your reading as well. And there's something about like a competition with, I don't know if it's work. There's something about competition somewhere. So I don't know if you're dealing with with competition energy, but that's here as well. Mars is also about taking action. And so there's something about actions that you've taken are going to lead you to good things. The actions that you've taken so far are leading you to your goals and leading you to achieving something. And sometimes when we have a closed door, let's say, there's a better door for us and we don't see that yet. And it's sometimes the worst case scenarios can, again, turn out to be the best case scenarios in time. And so there's something about that here about like maybe right now with whatever scenario is going on, it doesn't feel like it's going to work out. And what I'm feeling is what's coming towards you is that is shifting and it's shifting into something better. And so while we can't see what's coming next completely, there's something about it being better than you even imagined. And I think that that's really beautiful. And so also I think getting really Cancer energy is also like getting really connected to your roots and your home and like what makes you feel comfort. And I'm feeling for you guys, what would be helpful is gaining comfort and doing everything you can to self-care. And how can you be more gentle and graceful with yourself and patient with yourself while you go through your whole life, right? Like it's not just about work or love, it's about everything. It's like, how can you be more patient and kind to yourself? And how can you give yourself more grace to, like, how would I best take care of myself if I was somebody else? Like we always think about like, oh, like if my friend, I would like do anything for my friend, but I wouldn't speak to my friend the way I speak to myself, right? Like it's kind of that energy. And so it's like, how can you take care of yourself in the best way possible for you that's going to make you feel comforted and that's going to make you feel good? Because I think that's going to help quell the Mars energy that's here, because the Mars energy can be aggressive and it can be like it's very fiery energy. And so it's like, what can we, it's like water's right next to the fire. So it's like, how can we use water energy to quell the fire a little bit without scorching it out, right? Scorching it out. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but without putting the fire out. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. And just be completely honest with, I don't know if this tell it like it is being completely honest with yourself about what's going on, but there is something here about seeing yourself clearly. And I'm talking about seeing yourself in a better light, seeing how far you've come. How far have you come since when you began your journey? And it feels advanced to me. So I feel over time this feeling of like pulling, which is like this growing energy. And so I'm feeling like, I don't know if you know how amazing you are and how much work you put in, but can you celebrate the small wins? And also, can you see how far you've come and can you celebrate that? By the way, I have the hardest time doing that. So if it's hard for you, I totally get it. I'm going to get some tarot and see. I don't want to look at the bottoms. Empress and Six of Wands. There's something about you achieving something really big. And it has something to do with the 3D world, and it has something to do with like whatever makes you feel in your Empress energy, which is like creative, like a life force, sensual, like beautiful, expressive, like anything like that. That is there's a victory in something like that. It has something to do with that. So we have Five of Pentacles, which is basically feeling left out in the cold. What is it on top of? It's on the journey. Isn't it funny that it's on top of the journey? Like, you know, like the journey and like how hard it is. And sometimes the journey can be very exhausting and we can feel very exhausted with the journey. And I don't know if that's how you've been feeling, but there's something about that here a little bit as well. Knight of Wands. I literally was thinking that when I said Mars energy, I was thinking of the Knight of Wands. That's so funny that came out. There's something about a person here, and I'm trying, if it's not a person for you, if you're not dealing with anyone, then like relate it to a part of yourself. That's what I do, at least when I'm watching other people's readings. What's up with this Knight of Wands? But it could be a person. Three of Wands. So interesting. Hold on. Knight of Cups. Okay. Is this upside down or right side up? Right side up. King of Cups. Okay, that's interesting. There's a lot of... There's two knights and there's one king. Page of Swords. Okay, hold on one second. There's something about a past relationship here that's affecting your outlook on the future. It's almost like I see it like there's a feeling left out in the cold by this Knight of Wands figure. And then you're looking to the future, and I feel like I see you over here and seeing it through this lens all the way into the Knight of Cups and then the King of Cups. And then there's something about collecting information about this and healing. And there's something about looking what's coming towards you. It's like looking through, seeing what glass you're looking through things with, and seeing about how you can shift that glass just a little bit, right? Shift your perception just a little bit to see things a little bit clearly, because there is an advancement of the Knight of Cups to the King of Cups when you're collecting data. So this could also be you. It could also be you're looking at yourself in the future and seeing how you're actually evolving and collecting data and information about how far you've come. There's something about that here too. So I don't know. It's kind of depending on where you're at in the situation. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. What I really also feel is like you gaining autonomy in yourself, not relying on someone else for the 10 of Pentacles. It's more like you creating the world that you want. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you create the world that you want, and I'm seeing with the 10 of Pentacles, it's like everything's coming into fruition in the 3D world. Riches, you know, like I know that's not like exactly, you know what I mean? Like 3D concrete resources that are going to be here for you. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And I see 9 of Wands. That's that stress and that burden. The burden, there's something, what's this burden about, Spirit? That one? Yes or no? No. Okay. Okay, so we've got 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. I might overlap the cards a little bit. We've got 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Strength, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's something you're working on. I don't know. It could be a passion project. It could be, I'm feeling it's more with work for a lot of you, but it could be a love situation. There's something that you've worked on, that you've collaborated on, that you've put a lot of work into, that's something that's passionate about, that you're finding strength in over time. There's a destiny to whatever you're doing. There's a feeling of destiny to whatever you're doing. And so what's coming towards you is, I feel like this 10 of Pentacles, this coming of fruition, this fruits of your labor, this building energy of becoming. And there's something about it reaching a different level, enhancing your goals, like tangibly coming into the 3D world. There's something about that here. What else we got? 9 of Cups, yeah. 9 of Cups, and we have the 5 of Swords. So there's something here about not seeing, again, like what I was talking about before, not seeing clearly about like your emotional fulfillment, like you being the leader of your emotional fulfillment, and it's like not seeing how great you are. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. I'm like, how do I say this? It's like not seeing how great you are, not seeing that you don't need anyone else to be safe, not seeing that you're good on your own and that you're building something beautiful. And then it may be slow, like things take time, and it's like that's again comes back to the patience. How can you be patient with yourself during this time of things being like, you know, it going slower? Sometimes we have lulls, sometimes things go super quick, and sometimes they take a lot of time. And there's something, and it's interesting because always like the long-term things that last for a long time always have to deal with something that we've worked really hard on over time. We've built up we built up time and money and you know, and like skill, right? Like it takes time to build a skill. Like I'll just make it a skill example, right? And it's like over time, you're not going to be, I'm still learning channeling, right? And I've been doing this for about a year and a half, right? 2 years kind of, but about a year and a half. And I'm not perfect, and I still feel like I'm learning. And so it's like over time, there's something about you mastering a skill, something coming to fruition for you that you can't see yet, that's not being like seen yet, and it's coming. Like that's what I'm kind of feeling. Like what's coming towards you is the like fruits to your labors, the resources, what you've been trying so hard to achieve. That's what's coming in for you, and it's like having the patience to wait for it is really hard, but it's coming. It's coming, and keep, I was just gonna say, believing in yourself. And then it says, believe in yourself and your ability to carry out your dream. Yeah. It's like, that's what this is. It's like the Five of Swords is like this deceptive energy over the Nine of Cups, which is Nine of Cups is like you're being on your own and having emotional fulfillment and not needing anyone else to like give that to you, and also like relying on yourself to carry out things. And like this is the believe in yourself and your ability to carry out your dream is like literally this reading in a like nutshell. Don't spend too much time in despair. Move through the emotions and release it. So this is like not getting stuck in certain emotions, which can be very hard, right? It's like processing and not wallowing. It's like a hard line to like get right. If you need to break the rules, do it with conviction to make a difference. Whew, guys, this was a great reading. So what's coming towards you is your dreams are coming true, which I know sounds cliche and corny, but that's like in a nutshell, like, and also like gaining the confidence to keep believing in yourself and keep taking the next indicated action to fulfill your dreams. So I am so thankful that you guys are here and honored that I got to read for you. And I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we are doing what's coming towards you. Your cards are the best of you, fighting spirit, there's always a way, sacred contract. You have a sacred contract with the universe. Trust, there's a divine order behind everything. You're on the right path. Even if you're not sure, keep going. Eventually you will get to your destination. Aquarius, the future, mental expansion, edgy, unique, eccentric, independent, diverse, humanitarian, idealistic. Snow Moon, transition, low resources, hibernation, embrace change, renewal, cleansing, soul searching, darkness, scarcity, make plans to the future, rest. And Sun, leadership, happiness, creativity, confidence, spirit, ego, self-awareness, and expression. Sorry about my cat. She's just going to be going nuts in the background. It's happening. Okay, so I feel like you guys are coming out of a period of cleansing and rest. There's something here about having to need to take time to really get connected to yourself again. I don't know if you've been through something. There's something, I don't know why I keep hearing it feels impossible. There's something that feels impossible that's possible, that you feel like it's impossible. You can't see a way out. There's something about like not seeing clearly. I see fog, like I'm seeing fog in front of me and you're trying to see clearly. And there's like this want to see clearly, like what's going to happen, right? And there's something about moving from a period of rest into the sun again and getting back into yourself because you connected and taken the time to rest. And there's something about now being able to have the energy of the sun, right? The energy of the sun to like get up and like go out there and put yourself out there and start pushing a little harder than you were before, because there's periods of really strong rest and there's periods of really strong pushing ourselves. And it's like, I think maybe it was hard for you to take a time out, and you did, and now because you did, now you're going to have the energy to push through the next phase of life. And there's something, what's coming towards you is there's something about seeing clearly, being able to see through an impossible situation and get something even better. There's something about there's something better coming. I heard that, I saw that, I felt that. And there's also this understanding coming towards you about that you are on the right path, and that there's something about a crossroads, and there's something about you going a different way than maybe you thought you should. I don't know. Or maybe you didn't know which way was the right way and you went a certain way and you're guessing about like if that was the right way. And like this is confirmation that was the right decision. And I don't know if you've been going back and forth about if that was the right decision, whatever decision that just was, but there's something here about it was the right decision and you needed to make it, and you are on the right path. And again, the universe has a sacred contract with you. And this is about, there is a divine order to everything. So there's an order to the way things are working out. And it may feel impossible, it may feel scary, but I'm feeling very strongly your spirit guides wanting me to encourage you and also bring in clarity and confirmation and also encouragement to keep going and to finding the faith in the doubt, even when there's doubt, finding your faith and figuring out how to like give yourself a break for taking a break if you're giving yourself a hard time for taking a break. And then also finding a way to work through the fear that may be there when you go back out into the sun and when you go back out into pushing yourself again, because it's hard to take a rest, but when you finally do, you're like, oh, right? and then it's like, oh God, I got to put myself out there again, right? Like, and so it's like kind of that energy, but there is this strong feeling from you guys about having a fighting spirit, and you are not a regular soul. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's more like I feel like there are newer souls. I believe there are newer souls and more advanced souls, and I feel like you are an old soul and you have a fighting spirit, and you've gone through a lot of lessons and had to take a lot of time in working through those lessons. And I don't know about this life. There's something about this life having very strong lessons for you and maybe being more difficult in some ways than other lives. And if you believe in past lives, that's what I believe in. And there's something about, because you've been through so many past lives, there's something about Aquarius energy, which is very revolutionary leadership, like leading the way, like leading the charge, seeing things before everyone else sees them and being onto that thing and then showing people and then being onto the next thing when everyone else is on this other thing, right? It's like being a humanitarian, a disruptor of society. I don't know how to say that. It's like a rebellious spirit, a fighting spirit, and we have Aquarius energy, and there's something about, and what's coming towards you is to continue your evolutionary as a soul, but also in the world, like continue your work. There's something about continuing your work as a soul, and there's something about your soul coming here to enact great change. This is very interesting. I'm getting a lot of like, this is what I'm supposed to say kind of things. Sometimes I'm like filling in spaces because I'm like, I don't know what to say. I think I've got it, but I don't know, right? And this time it's like I'm getting a lot of like I don't feel like I'm talking like myself. I don't know how to explain that. And there's also something about going through a transition, and you will find that this transition you're coming out of, right? Because like we go through something that we transition to another space, and there's something about transitioning to a new space, and now there's this feeling of like finally finding relief in the transition that you've come into and the space that you're coming into, and like finding I'm hearing prioritizing like the way it looks, the way it feels, the way who you're around. There's something about prioritizing your needs in the future, but prioritizing your needs in a different way now and in the future. But it's like something about like it's hard to explain. Your needs are important. There's something about you realizing how important your needs are, getting clear on what your needs are, and then moving into how can I find the people that are going to meet my needs. Hi. Find the people that are going to meet my needs. And you're so cute. Sorry, get distracted. I think there's something about needs here. There's something about needs here that is uncomfortable, I feel like, for some of you. Not all of you, but for some of you. There's something about like it's not been normal for you to like listen to your needs maybe in the past, right? And so there's something new about this phase where you're listening to your needs, you're going after what you want, and you're stepping into the sun again, and you're stepping into autonomy, self-expression, and standing up for yourself. There's something here as well about being able to stand up for yourself in situations where you weren't previously able to, because you're getting more clear and having more clarity on who you are and what you need and what you want, and you're prioritizing yourself in a different way. So what is also coming towards you is more clarity and I'm sorry, she's distracting me. More clarity and sticking up for yourself. Like there's something about sticking up for yourself in a new way, a way that you haven't done so before, and it may be very uncomfortable, but there's something about sticking up for yourself in a brand new way, in a different way than previously, and feeling the confidence. This is what I was trying to say. Having confidence come in for you. What's coming towards you is more confidence to keep standing in your power, is kind of what I'm feeling. And keep fighting the good fight, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Okay, Spirit, what's up with the tarot? All right, Seven of Swords. So I think it's super interesting that we have the Seven of Swords over the best of you. So the Seven of Swords is about self-deception. Can be a deception about other people. I mean, it could be someone around you is making you feel like you are not good enough, or you don't deserve things, or something about being obligated to them. There's something about that here. And there's something about not seeing yourself clearly because of your own deception, or someone else making you feel like not good enough. And there's something about standing up to them and expressing yourself in a confident manner and not backing down because of fear, right? There's something about that here. And then what's coming towards you is the confidence and the strength to do that. That's what I'm hearing. Page of Swords. So there's something about collecting information. collecting data on your fighting spirit, collecting data about who you are. And it's like the best indicator for future behavior is past behavior. But it's like, I believe that, yes, but I also believe that we have the ability to enact change. And the way that we enact change is by continually looking at ourselves clearly, seeing how far we've come, celebrating our big wins, like giving ourselves a break, giving ourselves grace and compassion. And there's something about you collecting data about how far you've come, which is going to help you stand up to this person. And I'm feeling super strong protective energy over you right now. I'm like, I don't know if this person makes you feel angry or frustrated or not seen. There's something, there's anger on top and there's hurt on underneath it. And I'm feeling this deep feeling misunderstood, feeling not seen, and this doesn't have to be a now energy, it could be a past energy. So wherever you are, and if it's not about another person, it could be about yourself and like not feeling like good enough and like feeling frustrated with yourself that you want to feel good enough but you don't. I mean, it just depends on where you are on the spectrum, but there's something about being angry about this and not feeling like, and feeling the sadness, just feeling the sadness that's underneath the anger and honoring why you feel the sadness, and also figuring out how to prioritize yourself in this situation with this person or with yourself in a better way by collecting information about how amazing you are and how far you've come. Four of Cups. I don't know, there's something about having apathy towards wanting, or maybe it could be disappointment actually, because it does represent disappointment and apathy. Three of Pentacles, hold on, let me get a little bit more. Three of Pentacles, working on, what are they working on, Spirit? Knight of Wands in reverse. There's definitely something about a person here. The Tower in reverse, interesting. This is super interesting, guys. Okay, so you're working on seeing someone clearly. And I always see the Tower in reverse as like you break down a tower yourself and rebuild it back up. You see a tower in your life, which is like a place in your life that's like shouldn't be there, that should fall apart and then be rebuilt into something much newer. The tower is always difficult, but because it's in reverse, there's something here about having the willingness. You have the willingness, like strong willingness to see things differently with a very conscious, like front brain, like understanding. You're recognizing that there's subconscious things going on, that you don't feel good enough, and maybe this person's making that come out, but you're recognizing that just because I don't feel good enough doesn't mean that I need to like keep treating myself that way. There's something about empowerment of yourself and being able to move in empowerment and to consciously see how you are good enough and consciously break down a tower that is no longer serving you with somebody that is a Knight of Wands in reverse, which is like manipulative and like doesn't show up or is very cold and hot. Like it's not a good energy when the Knight of Wands is in reverse. And so there's something about seeing things clearly, collecting information about yourself, even though there's disappointment, working on rebuilding this tower with this person in a new way. It could be like, you need to work on yourself and we need to work this out and go to therapy. It could be a friendship, like I can't be around you or I have boundaries now. It could also be leaving whatever this is behind. It could be getting therapy on the underlying belief system that is affecting whatever this is, what's happening. It's very interesting, you guys. This is very, 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 very interesting. And it's also very like layered, which is very interesting and specific. Okay, what else, Spirit? What else? What's coming towards them? Eight of Swords. Okay. What are they? Ten of Swords. Okay. Okay, so this is about not seeing that whatever this is ending. There's something about it needing to end. There's something about you not wanting it to end. There's something about holding on energy and willfully blinding ourselves to the ending, or that there needs to be an ending. And it's not, I'm not telling you to end it, right? This is in your energy. So there's like, I see you blinded, but you also feel the ending. Like it's almost like you can see it, you can feel it, and you're like, I don't want to see it, right? Like that. And that is so normal, by the way. Very understandable, right? And this doesn't have to be an ending with a person. It could be an ending with yourself in an area of your life, in an identity. It could be anything, right? So just try to fit it where it is. But I'm really feeling strongly it's about a person and a relationship. Queen of Wands. Okay, one more. Upside down. Three of Cups in reverse. There's something about this person cloaking themselves. There's something about this person cloaking themselves and hiding and not telling the truth. There's something about not telling the truth here. And there's something about what's coming towards you is clarity. I just want to say that. What's coming towards you is clarity. What's coming towards you is seeing things different, seeing yourself clearly, fighting for yourself, a fighting spirit. You have a fighting spirit. You are going to fight for yourself. And there's something about you finally feeling the confidence and the conviction in yourself to fight for what you want and to go after what you want. And whatever that is, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be about this, but there's something about you finally being able to stand in your power because you have healed and done enough work that you are able to see things clearly. And even if this person's cloaking themselves and not telling you the truth, it doesn't matter. You're seeing things clearly and you're going to be able to handle the situation with grace. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. You're going to handle it with grace. So I don't know if you're nervous about it or nervous about what to do or not know how to keep going forward, but there's something about clarity coming into fruition, you seeing things clearly, and also having the power to stand in your power. Okay. There's two cards. Don't compare your life to others. Your journey is your own. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. That's what I'm feeling really strongly. Like you are super tough and you're super strong. And it's like seeing that is going to help you navigate whatever situation this is. We've got, there's nothing outside of you that can fulfill you. Interesting. There is, remember, many of the clouds casting shadows aren't real. This is, I feel like this card's a lot about the subconscious energy that's underneath this. Like there is, if someone is treating us like we're not good enough and treating us not right, and we believe that we're not good enough, that's going to make what they say so much bigger and so much more painful. If someone were to tell me you're not good enough and I've done a work on myself about that I am good enough, right? Then I'm not going to respond and I'm not going to react because it's not coming from a place that's deep inside me. It's coming, I know my truth. I know I'm good enough, right? So you can say whatever you want. And if you want to say I'm not good enough, why are you in my life, right? Like, so it's energy like that. And there's an energy for you that's coming in for you that's about the autonomy and the power of yourself and loving yourself and finding that inner voice and that inner conviction about what you need and what you want and going after that and not being afraid of whatever anyone else says because you are cultivating this worth of yourself and cultivating the strength to keep going. So, wow, guys, this reading was very intricate and intense. So give yourself grace. Whatever this is, don't push yourself too hard and just take it at your own pace and do what you need to do to be safe and to feel good with yourself and to be connected to yourself. And if you do that, then everything else will fall into place. Okay, Pile 2, thank you so much for being here and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we are doing what's coming towards you. I seriously pulled these cards and they are so, I'm like, the power that is in these cards and that I'm feeling is insane. So I just wanted to say, I have to say that first because I honestly was like shocked when these cards came out. Like it's insane. Okay, I'm going to get into it. We've got perfect moments, beauty, sleep, confessions, ego death. Ego can never really die. It can only be made conscious so that it will no longer run your life. Be mindful of it and don't allow it to limit you. The meeting of the souls. Someone will enter your life to challenge you to grow and awaken your soul. Keep your heart open. First house, the body, identity, consciousness, ego, beauty, and character, nature, gateway, beginnings, life, philosophy, and awakening. Solar eclipse, shocking event, fast changes, new chapter, leaving what is familiar, awakening, feeling lost, and reinvention. Aquarius, the future, mental expression, edgy, unique, eccentric, independent, diverse, humanitarian, idealistic. And lunar eclipse, dramatic change, shift in perception, unveiling, disillusion, cycles, endings and beginnings, and transformation. So, like, man, Pile 3, I don't know, like, whatever you're going through right now is so massive. Like, okay, first of all, I got the ego death card and I was like, really interesting because like there's something about having an ego death, right? I don't know if you're going through one right now. It kind of feels like that a little bit. There's something about going through a major ego death. There's something about you making a major life decision that has awakened you, and paired with a confession. So I see confessions as like you're taking all the darkness. You see how she's taking all the darkness out of herself, and like it's pulling it out into the crow. And it's like there's something about a major transformation of like releasing dark energy and like really releasing this darkness and finding like yourself in a brand new way, like a layers being peeled off is kind of what I'm hearing. And then we have somebody like from your soul tribe is coming in. And then we have like, again, your first house, which is all about your identity, and like the ego is all about the identity. And so I think it's very interesting that we had ego death, and then like there's like a shock or a lightning change with the solar eclipse in your first house, which is, I don't know, whatever your first house is I think right now is going to be very important. And we do have Aquarius energy here. And again, Aquarius energy is very revolutionary, very change, powerful transformation, going after like new ideas and like seeking like, seeing things that others don't, and like leading society, right? So there's like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just like, it's insane. And then so we have the identity. Your identity is going through something massive. There's a lightning strike going through your first house and your identity, and it's like this opening of yourself, which is like the confessions card, this opening and this darkness coming out and like you awakening into something new. And then we have lunar eclipse. So we have two eclipses here. So it's like two major shocking events, dramatic changes, and it has unveiled things, and also like there's something about endings and beginnings, and it's like there's something that you have ended very strongly and you are moving into a new beginning. And whatever this ending was probably one of the most painful things you've been through. But or it could be the ego death, it's the ending of yourself in some way, but there's something about an ending and it is shocking, but you made the decision to do it to awaken. And there's something about an awakening that's happening right now. And what's coming in for you, I don't know if maybe I'm talking about the future. That's the thing. It's like maybe this awakening is coming in for you and you're in a time right now that's very confusing and dark, because I am feeling like it's not here yet. But there's something about it coming in. There's something about a shock to the system is what I'm hearing Spirit say. It's so interesting. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. There's something about power. There's something about your power being reborn. What's coming in for you is the power of yourself, but also not just the power of yourself, but like getting connected to yourself in a way you haven't before, getting connected to yourself in a way you haven't before, but it's in a very awakened way. And there's something about, it's just about like a massive ego death that's happening. And I want to get more into specifics because I feel like I'm trying, because it feels very broad to me, like an ego death. Okay, cool. But what about, right? Like, but it's about your identity, right? And your consciousness and your ego again. So there's two ego cards. Like your first house is all about your ego, right? So, I mean, it's not all about it, but it's about your ego. And so we have an ego death with the first house. So if you're feeling discombobulated and weird, then this is very understandable, because you're going through an ego death. So I believe you're in an ego death right now. And then there's phases to an ego death. Oh my gosh, stop eating my hair. Sorry, I have a kitty that's eating my hair right behind me. Ow, don't bite me. Okay, sorry. So if you're in an ego death right now, it may feel very confusing. And then what's happening is that what's coming in for you is an awakening. So then once the ego, parts of the egos dies, like it never really can die, but you get what I mean? Like it dissolves, some parts of your ego dissolves, like belief systems that aren't serving you, right? Like let's say you feel like you weren't good enough. That's a part that's dying, right? And then what's coming in for you is feeling good enough. And then like seeing that enacted change through manifestation of now you are seeing yourself in an awakened, more clear light, and seeing things in the world that are more beautiful. Like sometimes when you go through an ego death, the lights can change, like lighting can change. You can see brighter colors. Like it's like a dissolving of the fog that we've put over our eyes, or that society has put over our eyes. And it's like, then we awaken into something even stronger. And what I'm seeing is that awakening. That's what's coming in for you. Okay, what else, Spirit? We've got 9 of Wands over, what is this over? Perfect moments. Okay, what else? 3 of Cups. Something about persevering for celebrating. There's something about, oops, one came out. There's something about persevering into celebrating. And we've got judgment, which, let's see, what else? Judgment, what else? 10 of Wands. Interesting, we have the 9 and the 10 of Wands. Okay, oops, sorry guys, I'm getting all over the place. I dropped one. There's 6 of Swords. So this is what I'm talking about. There's something about you going through an ending, transitioning, closing out something. Then we have the Queen of Swords into discernment. I love it. There's something about your ego death representing you standing in your power, and also you being more discerning and creating better boundaries. There's something about creating better boundaries here. We've got the Chariot moving forward into the Magician. I was feeling that. I said manifesting power, and it's like the Chariot's also Cancer energy. Let's see what else we have here. So there's something about this ego death, this ending, this transition, leading you into holding better boundaries and being more discerning and standing in the truth more in yourself and seeing yourself clearly. And what I see is you moving into manifesting from that space, from a newer space, from an awakened space. And because you're manifesting from an awakened space, everything around you is changing. That's what I'm seeing. Like there's massive change coming in because your soul is awakening, but that's because you made the very difficult decision of whatever this was to move away from it so that you could have an ego death, so that you could move forward and that you could evolve. We have Ace of Swords. There's a lot of swords energy, and not like bad swords energy, just interesting swords energy. 7 of Cups. There's that confusion I'm feeling. There is a cutting through the confusion. I'm hearing Spirit say that what's coming towards them is a cutting through the confusion. You won't always feel this confused if you're feeling really confused. And then we go into the 10 of Cups. We go straight through. I see the sword, like this sword, like crossing into the 7 of Swords, a 7 of Cups. Sorry, I don't know why I said 7 of Swords. 7 of Cups, and like crossing through and like opening up the fog that is the 7 of Cups and the confusion, and then moving into the 10 of Cups, which is like fulfillment and family and love and like having everything. Like 10 of Pentacles is all about like 3D world stuff, and I feel like the Cups is emotional fulfillment, and there's something about having an emotional fulfillment, and there's also something about your soul tribe coming in for you soon. And what I'm feeling right now strongly is that you're in an ego death and you're going through this and you are evolving, and it may feel very scary and very confusing, but that's okay. And it's what's coming in for you is clarity around what's going on and understanding about the awakening, and then also seeing like how the awakening has affected you, and also seeing seeing the brightness in the world and seeing like the excitement of yourself and feeling like you can celebrate yourself and feeling like you can be celebrated by others. And it's just a new refreshment and energized feeling for you that's coming in. And also this like seeing yourself clearly, like judging yourself clearly and manifesting beautiful things because you're seeing yourself in a brand new light, and it's very beautiful. I'm like, it's so interesting. It's just like Spirit's like, it's enough. It's a lot for them. If you need to break the rules, do it with conviction to make a difference. That's a lot. Like Aquarius energy is all about like being rebellious and like breaking the rules. And I think that's very interesting that this came out. It will all make sense to you soon. This is what I'm talking about, this ego death that you're going through. It doesn't make sense. You're probably like, I don't understand what's going on. And so take faith that like, this is what's going on. This is what I'm feeling for you that's going on. And that like, give yourself a break because that's happening, because you're being broken down to be put back together in a brand new way that's better for you. And so it's like, be patient with yourself through this process and give yourself grace. And like, yes, it's hard. Going through an ego death is very scary and hard. So give yourself that. Following your heart will lead you to the right things. One more. I'm going to do one more. Oh, there's one that came out. Give yourself credit for how far you've come. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's happening for you guys. I am really excited for you that you're coming out of this ego death and that you're going to be awakening and feeling more refreshed and feeling newer and feeling like you're confident again and feeling like you can see yourself clearly again and manifesting, because the Magician is the master manifester, and there's something about you being a master manifester and being able to again like follow your heart, keep listening to your heart, because that's where we manifest from. It's our heart space. And the more you manifest from your heart space and believe, believe that you can manifest from that place and see yourself. I keep saying that, sorry guys, but it's like spirits like see yourself clearly, because like they're gonna be able to see themselves clearly. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so thank you guys so much for being here. I was so honored to read for you. I just keep holding on. You're getting through this. And Luna says hi and goodbye. Goodbye.